Hello, everybody. Welcome to some Friday night DAC basketball here at Lake Central High School. We have the Portage Indians facing off against the Lake Central Indians. Giovanni, we got Indians versus Indians tonight. It is DAC time, Giovanni. How ready are you for tonight's game?
I'm very ready for this game. We were talking before the game. These are two very evenly matched teams, in my opinion, in the DAC.
And these are two teams that are trying to make a move that maybe not be talked about in the DAC. Both teams are 0-1. Lake Central lost to the Port last week here at home. And like we said, both these teams are evenly matched. And last time we saw the Indians, Giovanni, red hot from the start. And they answered our question, who was going to be a third player? And it wasn't just a third player, it was just
everyone was stepping up.
The thing is, Giovanni, do you think they can be consistent? Because they haven't really been a consistent team at all this year.
Well, one thing for sure, and we saw it on Tuesday night. They need to finish games. They absolutely need to finish games. We've seen it. They've had the lead, and they just can't finish.
Yeah, and big thing for Lake Central tonight, Nick Anderson returning to the starting lineup, but Zach Dobis and Jerry Edwards still out. But great to see Nick Anderson back, and I'm sure the Indians missed him, even though they were red hot from 3 last game.
And once again, Mark Milisnich will be getting the start.
And Mark Milisnich, he broke some ankles last game. He had a pretty nice move right there. And
me and you had a pretty good laugh looking at the replay of that.
And for Coach Milisnich to put your sophomore in a big DAC game, because this is when you can't make a single mistake, Giovanni. If you lose, you might be done, especially with teams like Valpo, Michigan City, Maryville, Chesterton, Portage even maybe. You can't make mistakes, Giovanni.
Yes, indeed.
We'll be right back after this 30-second commercial. Stay tuned, everybody.
The Quest is a family-owned establishment located off of US 30. This family has been stuffing stuff for years. Be sure to try their homemade stuffed burger and their new pizza pot pie. Also, don't miss out on their weekly Sunday brunch and 69-cent wings.
Welcome back, everybody, to this Friday night basketball. Jack here with your play-by-play. Giovanni Alcantara on your color, Giovanni. We are here back again, Lake Central basketball, and, you know, we talked about how both these teams match well, and Lake Central seems to have trouble with teams that match well. They faced off against a Griffith team in the Highland Hoop Fest tournament over the winter break that matched well, and Griffith dominated that game. So what do you think Lake Central needs to do tonight to possibly, I should say, pull off an upset and start the year with a DAC win?
Well, one thing Griffith did in that game, I was actually watching that game. Griffith just absolutely just kept the pressure on them all game with their press, and Lake Central just couldn't stop it.
Yeah, and you know, Lake Central with that decisive win against Highland the other day. It seems like when they're playing like that, they're unstoppable. But when they play those close games, Giovanni, it seems like they can't finish it.
And I think it has to do with the young players in the lineup. Nick Anderson, Kyle Blum, Mark Milisnich. We really didn't see much of them last year. We saw a lot of Nick, obviously, but not Kyle Blum, and especially Mark Milisnich.
Well, one thing is, Kyle Blum in the starting lineup once again after that hot game. Hunter Zazowski is on the bench. You have Dominic Schiapponi, Mark Milisnich, Kyle Blum, Jack Davis and Nick Anderson coming back from a concussion injury, and I'm sure he's hungry for some threes tonight, and they're definitely going to need his three-point shooting to beat this Portage team.
And they're going to need guys like Kyle Blum. We saw Kyle Blum against Highland. He was
4 threes that night.
Yep, him, Kyle Blum, Jack Davis,
And
Nick Anderson.
That's the biggest question. Can they stay consistent? That's the thing. Can they stay consistent?
We will have to see. Lake Indians versus the Indians.
It is. Yes, indeed. Both of these teams faced off in football. And if you don't remember that, that was a 3.5-hour rain delay, Giovanni. The game finished, I think, at 1 a.m. or something like that.
That was insane. And it's going to be London Harris, 6'3", going up against Dominic Schiponi.
Like we said, these teams match up very well as Lake Central wins the tip. Both of the sizes look about the same, you see.
They're very evenly matched.
Both teams looking to get their first win at DAC. This is the first of many DAC games, and tonight is really the start of all DAC conference games. And this is when basketball gets awesome, Giovanni. Anderson for the 2 to start off the game, right off injury. And he starts the game with the 2 inside to make it a 2-0 game.
One thing we talked about last time was who was going to start at point guard for Lake Central. Zach Dobis is out. Jerry Edwards is out. 2 of the guys we've seen rotate at point guard all year.
And I think Mark Musnik really showed Malaznik that he can step up for the Indians if needed to. Deep 3, off the back rim, rebound for Blum. Thing is, who's going to win the inside game in my mind? Both of these teams look like they can shoot three-pointers, but I think it comes down to who's going to win that inside battle, Dominic Schiappone or Brandon English. Both 6'5" players. Brandon English a little bigger, though, as Schiappone goes in for the 2, and he lays it in. And right there, like I said, the inside game is going to be crucial, and Dom Schiappone with the easy lay-in.
Dominic Schiappone, 6'5", very tough to stop.
He's kind of the anchor of this team, if I should say. He's really kept this team, in it. Looks like that ball might have been tipped or he got hit. That was Hudson with the 3.
Isaiah Hudson thought he was fouled on that one. Jack Davis, no good.
Looks like that'll be off of Blum trying to go for the offensive rebound. And we said last game, Lake Central needs that third player. They have 2 of their best scorers out there. We said Jack Davis has to be that third player to step up for the Indians when needed.
And Kyle Blum is a very versatile player too. Makes plays on defense. He can shoot the 3 ball. He can get inside.
Right there, Andy and 1. Nick Anderson with the foul, and right there, London Harris, 6'3" senior. Like we said, the inside game will be crucial. Portage missed their first 2 threes, goes inside, gets the 2 and the foul. So Harris will be shooting 1 free throw to try to complete the 3-point play. And the boos are loud, Giovanni. Harris can't complete the 3-point play, but it is a 4-2 game with about 6 minutes left in this first quarter. And right there, kind of can't do anything about that. He was just going for the steal right there.
And he almost had. That was number 10, Isaiah Hudson.
Both teams with 1 team foul. Almost a violation. Schiappone up top. Tried to go to Malusnik, cutting in. Spin move 2. Spin cycle. How about that? Schiappone with the spin cycle 2 to add to his scoring tonight to make it 4. Lake Central with a 2-3 zone that seems to work against the 3 especially. Teams have not been hot from 3 when Lake Central's zone is working. Portage already 0-2 for the night. Baseline.
Just trying to go inside on Kyle Blum.
Harris goes outside for the 3. A rainbow 3. Blum with another rebound. A young squad out there for the Indians, only 2 seniors for now. Blum in for 2, can't get his rebound. Hudson bringing the ball up. Smith with that, the DAC logo, goes back to Hudson. Smith goes to the corner to Harris, all the way across.
Dangerous pass there.
Baseline all the way out of bounds. And actually, my bad, that was tipped out of bounds by Lake Central. I did not see that. You know, looks like
that one was way off target.
Looks like number 24, Xavier Aponte, will be coming in for number 3, Jalen Smith. Xavier, a 5'9" sophomore, youngest kid on the team. Inside for the 2, lays that in.
Kyle Blum almost had a big block on that one.
London Harris gets his second basket, 4 points, and all the points for Portage so far tonight. Up top, Schiappone, and he's definitely fouled on that one. Might have got contact on the face. That foul's on number 45, the 6'5" senior, Brandon English, his first, team second.
Dominic Schiappone's gotten 2 easy baskets so far tonight.
Well, he definitely felt that one, Giovanni. That was a lot of hacking right there.
Like you said, I think he got him right in the face.
Schiappone's first free throw's up off the front rim, and if you're I feel like if you're a big man inside, Giovanni, you got to hit your free throws because you're going to probably be fouled most of everyone, in my mind, being inside.
Especially if you're Dominic Schiappone. He loves to go inside. We've seen him shoot a few times this year. Not something we saw at all last year.
Schiappone goes 1 for 2 from the line and make this a 7-4 game. Portage can tie this game or make this a 1-point game. Hudson goes out. Back to Hudson up top. Back to Aponte. Inside to English. Goes to Harris. Harris for the 2, and he hits the 2. Harris with all 6 points for Portage tonight to make this a 7-6 game. And I think Harris has really used the inside game. I mean, all his points are inside.
And really not much you can do there. That was well defended by LC.
That's just a great shot. Portage right now is not showing any chance of threes for Lake Central. Drives inside, maybe traveled. It looks like he was actually fouled from the back. First one on Mark Malusnik, and we talked about the guards being short. And Malusnik last game got a foul in the first minute, and he was fine in the foul trouble the rest of the game. But you can't have your guard foul, as he will be coming out. And Hunter Zazowski, honestly, the momentum man, I should say, coming in for the Indians.
And you see every time he scores, this team, or every time he scores, he's just very, very pumped up.
Yeah, as you're talking, Harris with another basket to give Portage the lead. Harris has 8 points so far tonight. He missed his first shot, got his own rebound, and laid in the easy 2. Anderson, corner 3. Off.
And I noticed this, Jack. When someone else on this team takes a three-pointer, you know, crowd gets excited. When Nick Anderson takes a three-pointer,
it's something different.
It feels different.
As Aponte,
I wonder why that is.
As Aponte misses the long 2. Davis for 3. He missed his first. He'll miss his second. Blum with the offensive rebound. Anderson misses his first and misses his second. Harris with the rebound. Harris has all 8 points for the Indians. Aponte for 3. Sophomore cashes that in to make this 11-7 game. Xavier Aponte, the sophomore, the youngest kid on the varsity basketball team.
Increases the lead to 11-7. Ooh.
As Nick Anderson breaks Brandon English's ankles. That's becoming a theme here, Giovanni.
Oh, if only LC could score on that one.
As Aponte with the ball. Goes to Harris. Harris for his first 3. In and out. Anderson brings the ball up, showing a showcase of handles tonight. And it looks like that was tipped by number 12, Evan Olson. And number 44, Aaron Parrott, will be coming in for number 45, Brandon English. Brandon English, the only player over 200 pounds on the Portage Indians.
We need to go back to that Nick Anderson play. I don't know what we would have done if he scored on that.
If he would have crossed them up, stepped back, shot it, and made it,
Easy comes up.
that student section stands would not be a thing anymore. As Alex James comes in, the junior, for Nick Anderson.
No one would have cared that wouldn't have even given them the lead. It would have only decreased the deficit by 2 or 1. They only would have cared that he crossed them up.
Blocked hard by Parrott. For 2, no foul. And Malosnik gets heated about that one as Portage has scored 10 of their points inside in only the first quarter tonight.
We talk about head coach Dave Malosnik. He just got his 200th
yes, he did.
win.
You can't really say anything. You can't really name other region coaches that have that accomplishment.
He's been here a long time.
He has.
As an assistant.
They were saying, I think he had 3 DAC titles, and it looks like that's going to be a push on Evan Olson. Yeah, he's had a great tenure here. Took the Indians to state a few years back. Made it to semi-state with Glenn Robinson. Like I said, they said I'm pretty sure he has 2 or 3 DAC championships, 2 sectionals. If I'm right, I don't know. I don't remember it. But it doesn't matter. He's had one heck of a tenure here. Crazy pass right there, and there's a turnover.
In the last 2 years, he's made to the sectional final. Last year they won. Year before they fell short to EC.
Yes, both in the championship. So, you know, Malosnik trying to get back to that championship. It's at EC again this year.
That's going to be very tough. Crown Point is returning a lot of their stars.
Ponte.
Can't say enough about Munster.
Crown Point has definitely shocked a lot of people. Lusnik, 4 seconds. Zazowski goes in for the buzzer, and he lays it in. Zazowski makes the deficit only 4 points as he hits the late second basket to make this 13-9 Portage Indians, not Lake Central. Lake Central coming fresh off a win. Portage coming off a loss. Both teams trying to make some noise in a DAC that has only talked about really 2 teams, Valpo and Chesterton.
And Valpo no doubt being the favorite.
And the thing for Lake Central is they got to travel to both. At Chesterton and at Valpo.
And I think they're both right after each other.
And Lake Central closes the year before sectionals. Honestly, I think it's a great way. Their 3 last games are maybe some of their hardest. You've got they're all at home though. Crown Point, Marquette Catholic, and McCutcheon. Crown Point, I'm gonna go by team. Crown Point went to Munster and won. I was at that game in overtime. Sam Snodgrass for the Bulldogs. He doesn't look like he can ball, Giovanni, but he can play some basketball. Marquette Catholic, Colin Kenny averaging about 28 points again, committed to Furman. If you heard of Furman, maybe it's because they beat Villanova this year. And then McCutcheon. If you guys are IU Bloomington fans, you might know the last name Finnessy. His little brother is on the team, actually. So these are some tough games to get you ready for sectionals, Giovanni.
And Malosnik's talked about before, saw us in an interview, he likes to face competition before sectionals. A lot of coaches don't like to see maybe some hard teams that they know they probably don't have a shot against. It's just one of those games that you just hope your team gets better from.
Ponte for 3. Airballs it, and it looks like Olsen might have stepped out, and he did. And, you know, when you play a team with Valpo that has Brandon Newman and Earhart, who are honestly, if you had to go top 5 players in the region, they're in that list, both of them. You've got to get ready for that game, especially Brandon Newman, because it's something we haven't seen since probably Sasha Stefanovic from Crown Point, who is at Butler right now. Zazowski for the 2. Had the last basket in the first quarter. He gets the first basket in the second quarter to make this 13-11. Portage took a lead late in that first quarter after a Ponte 3. Lake Central trying to come back in this game. Ponte another 3. He's not afraid to shoot, Giovanni. Lusnik brings the ball up. Cheney in for the Indians. Looks like he's replacing Schiappone.
Looks like Schiappone is getting ready to come back in right now.
And Zazowski is fouled by Olsen. And as I say that, Schiappone comes in for Cheney. Number 23, London Harris, the leading scorer for the Portage Indians, coming back in. Give him some rest because I feel like they're going to piggyback off of him tonight. Schiappone for the 2. Looks like he was blocked right there from number 24. I'm sure I couldn't really see that. 3, deep 3. And it's off of Schiappone.
Looks like Dominic Schiappone thought that there was some contact on that last shot, and right here.
Well, going back to that block, that was by Aaron Parrott. Inside the Parrott, loses it but gets it back. Harris leading scorer for Duxo for the 3, in and out again.
Lake Central's been lucky. Portage not hitting much of their three-pointers tonight.
Only 1 3 tonight from Aponte. The rest have been inside points by London Harris. And then Parrott, and he gets the ball back. And it's going to be a jump ball, and that will be a Lake Central ball. I got to give credit to Parrott coming off the bench with this great defense. Stealing the ball, getting the ball back. Great blocks as number 3, Jalen Smith, comes in. Schiappone inside, Harris on him. Goes back up top to Anderson. Ever since, and as I say that, Nick Anderson lays in the 2. I was about to say, ever since Portage took that lead, their defense has been just like a wall. I mean, they've been great on defense, but as I said, that Nick Anderson lays the 2 to tie the game. Oh,
Jack Davis.
Davis took, he got hit by the ball as Davis. He can't hit the 2, but he will be fouled from behind.
And that was about to be very similar to the play they had last game where Jack Davis got a steal and he took it all the way to the other end and he was not able to get the tip in. And Hunter Zowski and Kyle Blum also could not get the tip in.
Well, these free throws are brought to you by the Allstate Comiskey Agency. The Allstate Comiskey Agency is located in downtown Schererville, Indiana, open during the weekdays from 9 to 5. Get them a call at 219-322-1486. The Allstate Comiskey Agency, as Davis rims out the first free throw. And Brandon English comes back in for Parrott. Tie game here at Lake Central High School as Davis takes the lead. Looks like Blum will be coming in for Davis. As it looks like Lake Central showing a little press, not too tight, but a little loose. Hudson brings the ball up between the legs. Turnover, Harris couldn't handle it. Loose Nick. Goes to Blum, thought about the deep 3. Anderson goes baseline, and it looks like that's a blocking foul on Harris, team 6.
It'll be interesting to see if they maybe try to get Kyle Blum going from three-point range. We know he can hit those.
I think the thing for Portage is they got to find someone else than London Harris to play through. As Anderson will be passing the ball out. Anderson drives in for the easy 2 and lays that one in. All of Nick Anderson's points inside the paint so far. As if Portage fouls LC next, LC's in the bonus. Hudson thought about the 3. Smith with it up top, goes to Hudson. Lake Central with that 2-3 zone. Hudson drives inside, Euro step, kicks it out, 3. That's off, and English with the rebound can't handle it. Schiappone for the 2, and he sets his feet, puts in the 2, and he looks like he's fouled from behind.
English had a hard time getting up on that one.
I looked promising, didn't look promising, and now Schiappone at the line after going 1 for 2 at his last time at the free throw line. Portage now with 17 fouls, so LC will be in just the single bonus for the rest of the quarter. Schiappone 2 free throws. First one is up. First one goes in. After being down 13-9, LC is on an 8-0 run. Aponte is coming in for the Indians. Looks like that might be for London Harris. And Schiappone sinks both of them to make this a 5-point game with about 4:15 left in this first half.
4:10 to go here in the first half.
Hudson with some nifty dribbling right there. Goes back up top to Smith. Hudson drives in. Teardrop 2. Gets Portage back on the board to make this a 3-point game, and he raised Schiappone's free throws.
Right over Dominic Schiappone.
And it looks like there's a carry right there by Malusnik, and Davis will be checking in, and also London Harris will be checking in. Looks like that'll be Harris for Hudson and Davis for Malusnik. Lake Central right now really has a size game going. I mean, Nick Anderson is the smallest LC player out there, and he's 6'2". Inside to English, and it looks like he's fouled from behind. Question is, who's it on, Anderson or Schiappone?
This is big. We've seen Schiappone get in some foul trouble.
Well, that will be on Anderson. That's his second of the game. One more could result in him getting taken out. And I guess right now he will be taking out.
Malusnik just
short
came
right,
out.
Yeah, short rest for Mark Malusnik. All the way almost across the court to Smith. Inside 2, fouled. Will be going to the line for 2 free throws. And I think Portage needs to stick to going inside and stop shooting a 3-pointer until they can really show that they can make it. First free throw is up, off the back rim.
I certainly hope the audience can hear us over the loud boos coming from the crowd.
It does get very hostile in here.
Feels like we're back at sectionals.
Sometimes it's boos, sometimes it's dog barks.
And other obscenities.
Something going on right now with the student section. Not clear to what it is. I think someone had a whistle.
And Portage head coach furious about that. Rick Snodgrass.
I'm kind of curious. He made the motion of something waving something.
I heard someone had a light. I took my headset off just now to see.
Well, as Portage goes 1 for 2, there was a camera flash that our analyst Jared Carroll tells us.
Huh.
I've never heard that one. I've only heard it in football. I've seen it in football, but I've never heard about that in an LC basketball game. Blum, deep 3, banks it in. The bank might be closed this late, but Kyle Blum's bank 3 is open, and LC extends its lead to 5. Steal by Blum. He's got a clear way. Lays in the 2, and he's saying and 1, but there is no foul, and Portage is calling a timeout. This timeout is brought to you by Route 1 Chevy Buick. Need a car? Make sure you stop at Route 1 Chevy Buick, located in Monmouth, Illinois. Open every day besides Sunday, providing the best deals for the best cars. Give them a call at 815-662-4075. Route 1 Chevy Buick in Monmouth, Illinois, open every day besides Sunday. 2:58 left. Lake Central really responding after losing the lead in the first quarter. Portage kind of had something going and then kind of lost their way.
Lake Central seems to have a bit of a momentum boost after that little incident in the student section.
And there's another turnover.
Bad play by Portage right now.
Up top, the Blum. Schiappone boxing him out. He's trying to get to it right now. Zowski drives inside for the 2, and he might have traveled.
Yeah, he did. Zowski didn't agree with the call right there.
You know, I really don't feel like any basketball players agrees a call against them. I'm going to be honest there.
I mean, if you watch any LeBron James, it seems like every time he drives to the basket, he's looking towards the ref for a foul.
Harris goes baseline 2. Nifty layup right there to make this 23-18. London Harris really
Portage
playing
is
a
not
great game.
going anywhere.
Davis lays in the 2 to match it. Portage getting lazy on defense, as they really need to be good on defense right now. Davis almost with the steal, and that'll be Portage ball. Harris, short 2. London Harris with another 2.
He's taking that look all night, and he's hit it.
Schiappone almost loses it.
Looking for
And a
Zowski.
Harris with the steal. I'm not surprised if Harris just takes this all the way. Actually, he's going to go for Aponte for 3. How about it? Aponte with the big 3 in the first quarter. Another big 3 in the second quarter. 25-23 entering a minute left in the second quarter. And a rebound right there. Portage can tie the game to take the lead off, and that's off of Zowski.
Student section giving him an earful about that one.
You know, when someone says that to you, it gets into your head.
It can.
Baseline 2. Offensive rebound. And he lays it in to tie it up. Tie game entering 30 seconds left in the first half.
Just under 25 seconds to go. It's Dominic Schiappone up top with it. We don't see that very
Surprise
often.
them up, because English is giving him a lot of room to shoot.
We don't see Dominic Schiappone take many three-pointers.
No, we said in the pregame, this is evenly matched, and it might be a close game as Harris goes 3 rows in the stands and tries to save it. But it'll be Lake Central ball with 6.8 left on the clock.
Great effort there by London Harris. 6.8 seconds left. Schiappone.
Easy 2. That's too easy for him. A heave at it in the student section, and Lake Central will take a 27-25 lead going into halftime. We'll be right back in 10 minutes. Stay tuned, everybody. Welcome back, everybody, to the start of the third quarter. Jack Theo with Giovanni Alcantara. DAC close basketball going on here. LC up 27-25 after getting a late basket in that second quarter to end the half. Portage was down big in the second quarter as they came back from their star, London Harris, who has 12 points so far on the night.
Very close game so far, and I think this one has the potential to come down to the wire.
We haven't really seen a down to the wire game since sectionals here.
Talking about the boys team, yes, but the girls team, remember the one they had against?
A few close games here. Blom three, he can't handle it. Harris with the rebound, and London Harris, you know, you mentioned LeBron James earlier. This has been the LeBron James of the team, Giovanni. He's wearing number 23. But the thing is, he is doing everything from the inside and not really shooting any threes at all. As Harris is on the base, he's a little sneaky over there, Giovanni.
Yeah, London Harris, we've seen him hit that baseline shot a few times tonight.
And he shoots the three. It looks like that's off, ooh. And there's discussion going on. One says Mlusnik, one says Hudson.
I think that one went off Hudson.
Who do you think has a deciding factor in this one? It looks like the ref that said that it was Portage ball.
Never mind.
Who do you think does have the deciding factor in that?
If I had to go, I think it's the head official.
Well, what if the head official's on the other side?
It's a good point. To be honest, not 100% sure.
We'll have to pull out the IHSA rule book. Blum goes baseline, and it looks like it was hit from behind by Harris. And it'll be a Lake Central ball.
All right, that one we know was on Harris at least.
Yeah. It didn't even look like he went for the ball at all either. Kind of just nudged him with his chest. Coach Malaznik coming fresh off of his 200th win here. Trying to make it 201, and that one would be the first DAC win of the year for the Indians.
And it's one they need if they want a chance to compete.
And Schiapponi with the textbook big man too, as Lake Central extends its lead to 4. Harris all the way across. Harris goes baseline. He likes the baseline a lot, and he gets fouled by Blum, and he's going to the line for 2 free throws. If I'm Lake Central, I would kind of just back off of Harris until he can prove he can shoot the 3. He has not made a 3 all night. All his points are from free throws and inside. And he can't even hit the first free throw. It's off the front rim.
It's not an easy place to hit free throws here.
The rims are not nice. I will say that one.
And if you ask Portage head coach Rick Snodgrass, apparently there was some students in the student section using flashlights. So
you know, I don't know if I'm surprised. There's just a lot of students in that section, and there's a timeout right there by Malaznik as Harris hit that second free throw to make this a 3-point game. Lake Central trying to have a 2-game win streak after this game. This timeout is brought to you by John's Auto Sale. Want a great deal on a car? Make sure you stop at John's Auto Sale in Dyer, Indiana. Open Monday through Sunday. Give them a call at 219-322-1177. John's Auto Sale, located in Dyer, Indiana, open Monday through Saturday. 5:45 in this third quarter. Lake Central with a 3-point lead. Both teams trying to get a DAC win. Speaking of DAC teams, Michigan City played the best team in the country this past day, or week, La Lumiere. And also a special guest was Tom Izzo, the head coach of the Michigan State Spartans, as there's a steal right there by Hudson. Hudson's going to go up. Thought he was going to dunk that, but he just lays into 2.
And you know, for those Michigan City players, Imagine telling people that Tom Izzo watched me play. Imagine that.
Not for me.
I'm
He's
sure,
not
yes.
there to watch me, but he did watch me play.
No disrespect towards Michigan City
they're a
at
good
all.
team.
But I don't think Tom Izzo was there to watch
They
any.
came to see Keon Brooks and Isaiah Stewart, both top 50 players in the country. Both actually have gotten offers from, or I should say, offers from Michigan State. So I'm talking to Keon Brooks after the game actually as well.
Yeah, I saw some coverage from the Region Sports Network. It's really not all.
It's really weird to see a team about 30 or 40 minutes away from us, and it's the best team in the country. The best team in the country.
And they absolutely dominated City in that game.
Yes, they did.
Obviously.
Long for 3. Gets his own rebound, puts it up for 2, lays off. It's a tip up, and Hudson will get the rebound. Looks like Schiappone looked back for a foul, and so did Blum. Portage can take the lead right here with a basket. Parrott for 2, and it goes in and out. Giovanni, you said earlier the rims are not nice here, and right there the rims were not nice to Parrott as this 2 goes in and out. And another timeout by Coach Malazny. Coach Malazny going to his timeouts right away as Lake Central has a 1-point lead with 3:53 left in the third quarter. Both teams named the Indians. Like we said the last time we really remember these teams clashing was the most odd football game of the year, Giovanni. A 3.5 rain delay. They start the game about midnight and finish about 1:30 in the morning. And I heard it was unfair because Portage ordered pizza during it. They ordered pizza, and Lake Central didn't get to eat. That's what they said. And that was Lake Central's first.
I haven't heard that story actually.
And that was Lake Central's first loss of the year for football.
They started the season 2-0. They have not done that in a long time.
You know, Munster not really being a good football team, but you know they kind of started playing Lincoln Way Central the second game of the year, but then they played Morton to start off this year. 1-point game. Lake Central trying to extend its lead to get its first DAC win of the year and not go 0-2, because if you go 0-2 in the DAC, your chances of winning it are slim to none.
And we always talk about how tough of a conference it is to play in any sport.
Any sport. Anderson 3, and he hits the 3.
Lake Central really needed that right there.
Anderson's first 3 tonight to make this a 4-point game. 32-28, 3 minutes left in this third quarter. Portage was down as much as 8 in the second quarter. Came back and tied it, and now Lake Central up by 4 in the middle of this third quarter.
And speaking of DAC action, Valpo up 28-16 against Michigan City right now.
That's not a bad game, actually. Do you know where that's at?
That is at Michigan City.
Wow.
Very nice, very big gym.
2 great games at that gym. And they're seeing 3 heck of athletes in Isaiah Stewart, Keon Brooks, and Brandon Newman. Davis for 3. 2 in a row for the Indians. Jack Davis with the big 3 to make this a 7-point game. And the Indians are feeling it right now. 35-28 as Portage calls a timeout.
They have answered our call, Jack. They said that we kept saying they need to step up.
You know, in this timeout, you mentioned the Valpo and Maryville Michigan City game. You got any DAC scores?
Chesterton is up. Last reported, Chesterton is up 11-6 on the LaPorte Slicers.
Interesting. If you guys are Boilermaker fans, Brandon Newman is going to Purdue, and Sasa Stefanovic, who went to Crown Point, he's getting a lot of minutes at Purdue as well. You know, we don't get to see Valpo at home this year because they played here last year. But if you want to go see Valpo close, they play at Munster January 26th. I will be there.
That'll be the game of the year in the region.
I think so.
And other DAC action, Crown Point at Maryville.
That's a good game.
Third quarter, Crown Point 32, Maryville 28.
Now that is that's probably the best game of the night so far.
2 teams Lake Central have yet to play in the
2
DAC.
teams that have been rising in the region rankings this year. I saw Maryville last year against Andrean. Those kids can fly, Giovanni and Maryville. I'm telling, we keep mentioning there are so many top quality teams in this conference. It's so hard to stand out. And if you're able to succeed in the DAC, Giovanni, I think that really does wonders for you in the postseason. Lake Central on a 6-0 run, and there's a steal right there by Blum. And Coach Snodgrass is just upset with this team right now.
After 2 timeouts, you would think they would establish some rhythm on offense.
I think
they can't find it.
If I'm going to go on my analyst side here, Schiappone, turnaround 2 off the back rim. They're trying to play through Harris a lot, and he has 12 points, I should say, if I'm wrong, which is good. Olsen, 3. Big 3 by Evan Olsen, 5'9" senior. Make this a 4-point game. That's the 3 Portage needed, Giovanni. Portage not really hot shooting the 3, and they needed that one.
Portage is, again, they're not going anywhere. This team is going to go down fighting.
We said these teams are evenly matched, and it's going to be a close one as there's a foul right there on Harris. His second in team's first, so 2 fouls late in the third quarter. He shouldn't be in any trouble. Anderson on the wing, drives inside, open 2.
Again, you can feel the buzz when Nick Anderson scores.
Yes, you can. Portage trying to not let this deficit get too big before the fourth quarter.
As we are under just 40 seconds to go in the third.
30 seconds left. I'm kind of curious to see what Portage is going to do on here. Are they going to hold it for the last shot? So Lake Central can't add to the deficit?
It looks like that's what they're going to try is they try and double team them. Nick Anderson and Kyle Blum trying to.
Corner 3, Olsen, he hit one already. Off the front rim. Lake Central ball with 6 seconds left.
Who do you think takes the shot here? I'm going to go with Nick Anderson.
Maybe Davis. No one's guarding him right now. Well, as I say that, someone guards him.
And they'll inbound it to him. It's
a hack
Anderson.
Right there, and it's a steal, and he gets it back.
Nick Anderson, he had plenty of time.
Oh. Wow. That was close.
Nick Anderson, not really sure why he put that up so early.
Harris hacked it from behind. He just threw it up, and he put too much on it. I thought it'd be an air ball, if anything.
I thought that one was about to bounce in.
Well, we go into the fourth quarter. Lake Central up by 6. And Giovanni, it's what we talked about in the pregame. Can Lake Central sustain the lead?
They need to finish, and we've seen Portage can go on a run when they need to keep the game close. We'll need to see if they can go on a run here to potentially win the game.
I've seen Lake Central blow 15-point leads in the fourth quarter before.
It seems to be.
You know, Portage is definitely capable of coming back.
A lot of action going on in the student section right now.
Friday night hoops, nothing better than that.
Great crowd tonight.
What else do you have to do, Giovanni? This is it right here, Friday night hoops.
That's tonight. It's Hawaiian night. Looking tropical.
Like Jackie Moon says, let's get tropical.
As we start this fourth quarter, LC up by 6.
Looks like Schiappone's going to get some rest to start this quarter as Shaney comes in for him. Davis, corner 3, add on to the lead.
Hunter Sosowski look ready to dunked that one. And we know he can dunk.
Side for the 2. He's fouled, and he gets the basket.
Potential for a three-point play.
That's
right
a tough.
here.
And you talk about a tough shot. That's a tough shot right there.
And that's clutch. Only the beginning of the fourth quarter, but that's huge. Great start.
If he can make this free throw, he makes it only a one-possession game. One-possession game as he hits the free throw. And it looks like Portage showing a little press. It seems like Aponte is just one of the quickest defenders we've seen this year, Giovanni. He has really not backed off of the ball at all. Blum thought about the 3, fakes it.
And Blum
Portage
tried to
with
go
the steal.
to Zazowski.
Goes inside for another 2. Zazowski gets the rebound, and another timeout by Milosnik, and he has only 2 more timeouts left in the game. Tough possession for Portage right there. A basket would have been huge for them, but Lake Central will have the ball out of bounds with 7 minutes left. 3-point lead for the Lake Central Indians.
Do want to thank all our viewers for tuning into this game tonight.
And all of our sponsors for tonight. The Quest, St. John's Auto Sales, or John's Auto Sales, Chevy One, Buick, and Monmouth, Illinois, and the Allstate Comiskey Agency in downtown Cherville, Indiana. Not too far from there. You ever been to downtown Cherville, Indiana?
Yes, Jack, many times.
Nice park there as well.
Out of curiosity, which one are you referring to?
Downtown Cherville. I'm
the
not.
name of the park.
Is it Rorman? Is it Reeder or Rorman?
I think it's Reeder.
There's 2 of them. There's one next to the Cherville baseball fields, and there's one down. I get confused.
There's also one.
There's a lot of parks.
Yeah.
There are a lot of parks.
There's a lot to do in Cherville, Indiana.
Kind of surprising.
And as we know, Lake Central is a tri-town school made up of St. John's, Cherville, and Dyer.
And sometimes Crown Point. Sometimes some kids from Crown Point come in here too.
Back to the action.
And it looks like there's a push right there by Aponte. Team second. And we said it. Aponte's been a defender that if you're Anderson, he's not letting you get an open shot at all. And he might get that open shot. He will get that open shot right there. Anderson with the big shot. 3 to make this a 6-point game. I think I'm leading on that they can hear me from up here, Giovanni. Every time I say something, they just do it. Inside the Parrot, outside. Olsen corner 3. Air balls, and it's tipped off by Zazowski.
Looked like Kyle Blum couldn't handle that ball, and he'll stay with Portage.
Zazowski trying to make the case that it hit Aponte's head. I didn't really see that.
Well, he will not get a call there.
The name we haven't really talked about is London Harris as he drives in for the 2. And he's fouled.
Wow. Portage just will not go away. LC trying to finish this game off.
Like I say, once I say something about him, they just do something. So Harris to the line, shooting 1 free throw. Got the shot as Hudson comes in for Aponte. Harris to complete the 3-point play. And the rims were finally friendly, Giovanni. 1-possession game with 6 minutes left. It's going to get tight.
You got Zazowski open in the corner.
And a terrible shot by Anderson. Portage can tie the game. And there's a charge right there. It's pretty obvious from the start. Chiapponi set his feet when he crossed the volleyball line.
Not a great play right there by Portage.
I mean, we saw it up here. It was pretty obvious. Schiappone set his feet definitely in time. Blum. Schiappone goes inside, out to Davis. Picks his pocket. Harris has an open lane. And he throws it down.
Oh.
London Harris, tell me how you feel with the big dunk to make this a 1-point game. And there's a foul on the ground.
Two-handed dunk right there.
Show me what you're made of, London.
We've seen a lot of dunks here at LC.
Dunk Central in here. We've seen a lot of dunks.
And then, not trying to take away from the ones we've seen before, but
That was aggressive.
good. I mean, how many times do you really get a chance to execute that in a high school basketball game?
The best one we saw was Gary Lighthouse.
Oh, yes. Kyle Blum.
Had an open shot. Anderson drives inside, loses it in
And
the student
that
section. And Portage can take the lead right now.
Nick Anderson maybe thought he was fouled on that one.
I think it was clean. He just lost it.
Or maybe he didn't think it went off him. That was pretty clear it went off him.
I think you got to go to London Harris right now, Giovanni. He has been unstoppable tonight, inside especially.
You got to see what Jack Davis can do guarding him.
Kicks it out, 3 to take the lead. Hudson, in and out.
Excuse me, it's not Jack Davis guarding him. My bad.
Inside, Schiappone paired on him. Schiappone lays in the 2. A 3-point game entering 4:40 left on the clock.
This feels like a game that can come down to the wire.
Harris drives inside, and that might be a body foul on Blum, and it is. Team's 4th. Both teams with 14 fouls.
And that is Kyle Blum's second foul of the night.
I don't think he's in trouble with 4 minutes only in the fourth quarter. Drives in, and looks like Blum got hit in the face, but it's a foul on Davis from behind. Marion Martin, the 6'2 senior, going to the line for 2 free throws. Hits the first.
Clutch.
The rim was rattling as Olsen comes in for Aponte. Martin 2 for 2. Yes, indeed. 42 to 41. Looks like Porter's showing a little press right now. Olsen on Lusnik.
And I expect them.
Inside to
never
Davis.
mind. I was going to say I expect them to try and get Dominic Schiappone down inside where he can score. Never mind. Jack Davis with the 2, and Lake Central back to having a 3-point lead, 44-41. Almost 4 minutes left in this game.
Davis using the backdoor cut. 3 to tie it. Back rim. And Davis will secure the rebound. And it looks like a foul right there by Harris. That's his 3rd, I believe. Don't want to enter that 4 foul mark, especially this late in the game when he's been the playmaker for the Portage Indians tonight. Aponte comes back in. Portage showing a press right now. Olsen on Anderson. Goes to Blum. Back out to Anderson. And Anderson, big 3, cannot hit that. Lake Central ran the same play as last time as Davis tried to go for that backdoor cut again.
And again, that 3 would have been huge.
It's tipped by Davis.
We're set for a good finish, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. And Anderson has that one taken
Loses
away
it.
from him.
Harris drives inside. That's
Travel.
a travel. Oh, it's a jump ball. And it'll be Portage ball. Portage ball, jump ball. No travel on the call.
Interesting.
That was. And timeout right there by Coach Snodgrass. 44-41, 3, 10 left in the fourth quarter. Portage trying to only make this a 1-point game or even take the lead, passing the ball out on the baseline.
We're set for a good finish here at Lake Central. And we want to thank all our crew for coming out tonight. We got Jared Carroll doing scores for us. Always doing a good job with that.
Laszlo Ibrahimovic on the camera.
And our other members coming out tonight, Jacob Kuchka.
That's right, and there's us talking to you guys right now.
And Josh Brunette going down there getting some footage for us.
That's my boy. 44-41, both teams with 5 team fouls, both teams with 2 timeouts, 3:10 fourth quarter. Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the DAC is all about.
No easy games.
Martin on the wing. Got Parrott, Aponte, Olson. Olson will shoot the 3. Off in the front, cannot handle the offensive rebound. That is Martin. And Lake Central will get the ball.
Lisnich.
Baseline.
And we will
Might
see
be
him.
fouled. I'm going to guess that's on Aponte.
We're going to see him come to the free throw line. Chance to make this a 2-score game.
Well, that's Aponte, and that's the team 6. So another foul will result in the Lake Central bonus.
Crucial free throws right here with 2:35 left in this ball game.
And the rims are nice, and that one goes in to make this a 4-point game and a 2-possession game. Off the front rim and a 4-point game. I think Portage needs to go for a 2. You don't need to get a 3.
I think the more crucial thing is you can't turn the ball over here. And they almost did right there.
That was a pretty hefty pass. I think you got to play through Harris. Ponte 3, a huge 3. Aponte, Mr. Big 3, had a huge 3 in the first quarter to take the lead. Huge 3 in the second quarter to tie the game. And now a huge 3 in the fourth quarter to make this a 1-point game, Giovanni.
Wow.
Xavier Aponte, the young sung hero, Giovanni.
And if Portage can come out here with a win,
it'd be huge.
I think a lot of it's going to be on him.
You also got to give credit to London Harris as well. Both of those guys have been balling out tonight. Really a dynamic duo for this Portage team. So if you're Coach Snodgrass of the Portage Indians, Giovanni, what are you telling your team with 2:09, 45-44? Lake Central's bringing the ball out.
Well, I think what, the more important thing here is on offense, they were playing very sloppy and they got themselves in a deep hole. You absolutely cannot have that late in the game here. You have to take care of the basketball and you have to get points.
And I think the same goes for Lake Central. They have been losing the ball, of it slipping out, or just terrible shots. And yeah, you just got to protect the ball if you're both teams in general. I mean, this is the worst time to turn over the ball, any kind of turnover, especially right now. As Portage will show the press once again, and no one's going to try to guard Blum on the pass as they're going to put 2 people on Malusnik as he still gets the ball.
And I think it's huge here for Lake Central because I think they're going to look to get Jack Davis or Nick Anderson open from three-point range.
And Schiappone, he's got the 2, and he misses it, but they're going to
call
call
goaltending.
Yep. They might call it a foul, and they're going to count it. Nope, goaltending. I'm pretty sure Harris hit the rim on that. And the whole Lake Central bench jumped when that exact moment happened.
I think me and you both knew that one was going to be goaltending.
Saved them some time. I think Aponte shoots another 3 to tie the game. Oh, and he gets his own rebound. In for the 2. Off a bank.
Malaznik doesn't look too happy with his team after that one. I can't blame him.
He's the smallest guy. He's the smallest guy in the
happen.
court, and he got his own rebound, Giovanni.
Xavier Ponce, 5'9". You got Dominic Schiappone at 6'5". You got Kyle Blum at 6'3". That just can't happen. Especially this late in the game. Crucial part of the game.
About to enter a minute left in this fourth quarter. Lake Central up by 1. If you're Lake Central, you cannot lose the ball. And almost right there, they lose that ball. And
he almost
loses it again. And a timeout by Malosing, and he is furious as he only has one more timeout left in this game.
And that's going to be crucial down the stretch of this game. Those timeouts are important.
Well, I think that was just some sloppy basketball when it didn't need to be sloppy at all.
Schiappone was up top all by himself, couldn't find anyone open, had a chance to maybe hand it off to Mark Milisnich, and didn't.
When is the time you foul if you're Portage?
On
If you foul, it's still a one-possession game, even if they make both.
That is true.
But you can't, if they're just going to keep passing the ball around, you got to foul at some point to give you some time.
And Lake Central isn't the best free throw shooting team.
They're not.
I think the guy you don't want to send to the line is Nick Anderson.
Or Dom Schiappone.
But maybe try to foul Mark Milisnich here, who's one of 2 on.
He's young, you know, kind of foul the young guy, Giovanni.
See what he's made of.
That's right. When we were at the Gary Lighthouse game, the sophomore point guard for them, he had a huge game for them, stepping up. And, you know, that's what Malosnik wants from Lusnik. As it's the same players that were in last time.
Well, here we go.
I'm kind of shocked to not see Aponte out there. His defense has been physical and uptight, and he had a good chance of stealing that basketball.
And you best believe if Lake Central gets 2 points on the board and there's time, I don't know who else they're going to have taking a three-point shot.
Good trap by Portage.
He's got Jack Davis in the corner.
He almost loses it. This is going everywhere, Giovanni.
Jack Davis
goes inside. Schiappone didn't pick that up. You surprised?
A little bit surprised.
And now is when they foul with 28 seconds left.
And I was going to say, I think they're going to wait for under 30 seconds, and it's Nick Anderson, the person we said.
I think Lake Central got lucky on that possession. I think that was some sloppy basketball by Lake Central, especially at this time in the game.
Very bold right there to throw the ball around, and there, Mark Milisnik will come out of the game. Hunter Zazowski, we haven't seen much of him.
2 free throws still makes this a one-possession game.
This one's big. Got it. Who else do you want at the line, Jack?
Probably the clutchest player on Lake Central. As all the players go back so they can set their defense.
And who else is in for Portage? Number 24, Xavier Pontes. Nick Anderson hits that free throw. Here we go.
Aponte, the unsung hero, hitting those big threes. It might be the case right now. Almost another turnover. And drives inside for the 2. Can't get it. Offensive rebound. He's got Aponte open. Can't hit that.
And it's Jack Davis with the rebound.
And if you're Portage, you got Aponte wide open for 3 if you look up. And that could do it here.
Big free throws here, though. And
might be an injury timeout right now.
Jack Davis looks like he got cut on his neck.
Does he shoot the free throws or does someone else shoot them for him?
Looks like he's laughing it off.
Puts the Band-Aid on the neck, and he's good.
Here we go.
Big free throws. Great job right there by our athletic trainer, Chris Hall.
Does a great job here at LC.
1-and-1 bonus, so if he misses, it's live ball.
And he misses.
Aponte loses it.
Nick Anderson.
And timeout. But how could he call that? Portage didn't have possession of the ball.
For a second, I looked up and I thought Portage did not have any timeouts.
So 5 seconds left. And Portage, they got a break right there because I don't believe
that's a big break.
That should be a timeout because he did not have possession of the ball.
Very loud obscenity chant from the Lake Central student section.
I don't blame him. He didn't have possession.
Obviously something we can't say on air, but
it's Aponte or Harris that's shooting this ball. I think we can guarantee that.
If Xavier Aponte gets a good luck,
he can hit another big three.
But I just have to wonder right there. Portage did not have possession of the ball.
That's what I want to know. Well, they're out of timeouts now.
And Lake Central's bench was furious about it.
Lake Central has one foul to give. So maybe foul Portage when they get the ball.
This is going to be a good ending. It's going to be interesting to see. And
well, Lake Central knows they don't need they guard the inside because Portage is going to shoot a three at this.
And the 5 for LC, it's going to be Kyle Blum, Hunter Zazowski, Dominic Schaponi, Nick Anderson, and Jack Davis.
And every guy on Portage out there has shot in the three. Aponte really the only one to hit a three. And a timeout by Lake Central.
And that's Coach Dave Malosnik's last timeout.
So this is what makes me curious now. Let's say Portage makes a three with about 2 seconds left. Now you can't call timeout if you're Malosnik, and you got to run it.
I'm sure right now he's probably discussing with his players what they're going to do there.
This is intense, Giovanni. We haven't had this close basketball in a while.
It's been a bit.
Lake Central's next home game will be Tuesday against the Lowell Red Devils, another team in the Lake Central sectional bracket.
Should be an interesting one.
Yes, it is.
It's right here at home.
Tuesday night. Another DAC game. Yeah, is Lowell in the DAC? I am sorry, I just fooled everyone. Lowell is not in the DAC.
It's very useful that they have the
I got confused.
DAC logo right here. It says all the teams.
I got confused because they're in our sectional, but still a big game.
It's because the DAC is made up of Chesterton, Crown Point, our very own Lake Central, LaPorte, Maryville, Michigan City, Portage, and Valpo. No Lowell.
No Lowell. It'd be interesting, though.
But it's still an important game.
LC and Lowell do have a little rivalry going on with each other. So it's 5.9 on the game clock here at Lake Central High School.
Let's see who it is. Ponte looked like he was open.
Harris.
Then he had a 3-point shot.
Martin for three. That's up. Off the back
good.
rim.
LC
and Lake
wins.
Central escapes with the W. Wow.
What a game.
That
might
have been the longest three in the air I've seen this year. That felt like an eternity.
Maybe because of the moment, but
Lake Central gets its first win in the DAC conference. We will see you all Tuesday night as they face off against the Lowell Red Devils. Have a good night, everybody.